Are you searching for 10 places to visit in Germany? Then you are at the right place. We have picked the best 10 places to visit in Germany. Watch the full video so you will not miss anything. Let's get into the video. History, culture, and natural beauty perhaps best describe the essence of vacationing in Germany. With its many historic cities and quaint small towns, along with an abundance of forests and mountains, visitors are spoiled for choice when it comes to choosing unique places to visit in this beautiful part of Europe. Those wanting to sightsee or experience the arts should head to the larger metropolitan areas such as Munich, Frankfurt, or Hamburg. For those looking for recreational activities, consider a visit to places such as the majestic Bavarian Alps, the Black Forest, or the Rhine Valley. Lovely old cathedrals and grand palaces are everywhere, and in the smaller towns and villages, some boasting still intact original medieval old towns, Altstadt, many centuries-old traditions are still practiced, including traditional Christmas markets, festivals, and fairs. At the cultural heart of Germany is the capital, Berlin. Home to many fine museums and galleries, this vibrant city makes for a great base from which to explore the many other delights the country has to offer. And for nature lovers, there's a whole world of possibilities in Germany's great outdoors. Here is the list of 10 places to visit in Germany. 1. Berlin's Brandenburg Gate. Modeled on the Acropolis in Athens and built for King Frederick William II in 1791, the monumental sandstone Brandenburg Gate in Berlin's Mitte district was the city's first neoclassical structure. It measures an impressive 26 meters in height, which includes the Quadriga, the spectacular four-horse chariot carrying the goddess of victory perched atop this spectacular building. Its 6 huge columns on each side of the structure form 5 impressive passages. 4 were used by regular traffic, while the center was reserved for the royal carriages. Huge Doric columns also decorate the 2 buildings at each side of the gate, once used by toll collectors and guards. Undoubtedly Berlin's most iconic structure, it's hard to believe that the majestic structure you see today was severely damaged during World War II. It was also once part of the infamous Berlin Wall, and for a few decades was symbolic of the division of Berlin into East and West. 2. Cologne Cathedral, Kölner Dom. When construction began on the present Cologne Cathedral in 1248, with laying a foundation stone, the site had already been occupied by several previous structures. The earliest may have been for grain storage and possibly was succeeded by a Roman temple built by Mercurius Augustus. From the 4th century on, however, the site was occupied by Christian buildings, including a square edifice known as the oldest cathedral that was commissioned by Maternus, the first bishop of Cologne. A freestanding baptistry dating back to the 7th century was located at the east end of the present cathedral, but was demolished in the 9th century to build the second cathedral. During excavations of the present cathedral, graves were discovered in the location of the oldest portion of the building, including that of a boy that was richly adorned with grave goods and another of a woman, popularly thought to be Wisigard. Both graves are thought to be from the 6th century. Only ruins of the baptistry and the octagonal baptismal font remain today. 3. The Black Forest, Baden-Württemberg. The beautiful Black Forest with its dark, densely wooded hills is one of the most visited upland regions in all of Europe. Situated in the southwestern corner of Germany and extending 160 kilometers from Pforzheim in the north to Waldstadt on the High Rhine in the south, it's a hiker's heaven. Other highlights include the spectacular Black Forest Railway. It's centered on Triberg with its famous falls, and Triberg itself, home to the Black Forest Open-Air Museum. The best way to catch them all. Grab a map of the Black Forest Panoramic Route, a 70-kilometer driving tour that takes in the very best views over the region, along with its top historic attractions, including stunning castles and numerous medieval towns and villages. 4. The ultimate fairy tale castle, Schloss Neuschwanstein, Bavaria. Neuschwanstein Castle in autumn. The quaint old town of Füssen, situated between the Ammergau and Allgäu Alps and a popular alpine resort and winter sports center, is a good base from which to explore nearby Neuschwanstein Castle. This spectacular old fortress is widely recognized as one of Europe's most famous and picturesque royal castles. King Ludwig II of Bavaria built this many-towered and battlement-covered fantasy fortress, famous as the inspiration for Walt Disney's iconic theme park castles from 1869 to 86. A variety of tour options are offered, including guided tours of the sumptuous interior taking in the throne room, the Singers' Hall, and some of the country's most spectacular views. 5. Miniature Wonderland and the historic port of Hamburg. The warehouse district in Hamburg, Germany. In the heart of the historic port of Hamburg, the magnificent Miniature Wonderland, the world's largest model railway, is an attraction that appeals equally to young and old alike. Boasting more than 9.5 miles of model railway track, this massive scale model includes sections dedicated to the USA, England, Scandinavia, as well as Hamburg. It also incorporates around 1,300 trains, more than 50,000 microscopic lights, and in excess of 400,000 human figures. 6. The Rhine Valley. The Rhine is not only Europe's most important waterway, it's also the most beautiful. With a total length of 1,320 kilometers, this magnificent river stretches from Switzerland through Germany all the way to the Netherlands. While there are many places in Germany to enjoy this majestic river, the lovely Upper Middle Rhine Valley section, designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site, is probably the most popular spot for tourists to visit. Here, this often dramatic 65-kilometer stretch of river boasts more than 40 castles and some 60 picturesque medieval towns, all just waiting to be explored either by river cruise or by car. Looking for a great place to begin your Rhine Valley adventure? The historic town of Bingen, where the river cuts through a deep gorge before entering the Bactrich Valley, is a good place to start. 7. Berlin's Museum Island. Berlin's world-famous Melusine, or Museum Island, lies between the River Spree and the Kupfergraben, a 400-meter-long canal off the river. This excellent attraction includes many of the city's oldest and most important museums. The heart of this pedestrian-friendly district is the Old Museum. Constructed in 1830, it was designed specifically to exhibit the royal treasures. Soon after, the land behind the museum was set aside for art and the knowledge of antiquity. 8. Munich's Marienplatz. Germany's third biggest city, Munich, or München in German, has plenty to offer the adventurous traveler. The capital city of the state of Bavaria can trace its roots all the way back to the 12th century when a monastery was established here and quickly grew into the region's most important place of trade and commerce. Central to this rise was Marienplatz, the large square where traders from across Bavaria would meet to conduct business, and where locals would congregate to shop and watch medieval jousting tournaments. These days, this vast square still draws crowds of people, but for different reasons. They're here for sightseeing or possibly to enjoy a visit to one of Square's trendy cafes and restaurants, or to shop in its unique boutique stores. 9. Bamberg and the Burgerstadt, Bavaria. Located in the valley of the Regnitz, where the river divides into two arms, sits Bamberg. This old imperial city is the most important town in Upper Franconia, and is one of the best preserved of Germany's many charming old towns. It's also one of the best to explore on foot. 10. Zugspitze Massif, Bavaria. Gilded Cross on the Zugspitze. Part of the Wetterstein mountain range. The Zugspitze Massif straddles the frontier between Germany and Austria and is surrounded by steep valleys. The eastern summit, at 2,962 meters, is crowned by a gilded cross and can be reached by the Bayerische Zugspitzbahn, a cog railway, or by cable car. That's for the video. Let us know in the comments below which place you like the most and which one you are visiting this year. If you enjoy this video, then make sure to like and subscribe to the channel.